Systematic oppression, particularly in the areas of mental health and justice reform?
So I'm gonna put it in my own personal experience.
Please do.
All right. So growing up, I struggled learning, right? I didn't learn like the quote unquote normal kid. I didn't get an IEP until I was in high school. So I struggled all those years until I got into high school. IEP is something that helps people with disability learning, I guess. So music, hip hop, beats, that whole theme helped me get what was in my head and stuck and spinning, kind of like a squirrel cage onto that paper. And now, by any means did I become an honor roll student, but it gave me the courage, it gave me the strength and the bravery to continue on. No one wanted to listen to me until I put it on pen and paper, and that's a fact.
Okay! I need y'all louder for these people right here. Okay!
I think as we look at cultures and people that are often vilified for having strong opinions, are often put in a place of saying, an angry black woman, that man is out of control. It gave us a space with a level of anonymity to be speaking metaphorically and not be taken so literal and be able to air what is going on in our environment without being held to the same standard as if we walked in a building and said it. And it also opened the door to new listeners and new people to hear the message, because as hip hop started in communities and spaces, over the time it is elevated to being one of the most, if not the most popular form of music, and has opened the door to new communities to hear the experiences of others and draw from other perspectives.
Okay!
I think you got to look at a couple of elements, and by the way, I love what's been said already, but I think of where it came from, the people that developed it. I think it starts there. The community that developed hip hop was a community that was struggling emotionally, spiritually. Mental health was an issue. Mental health was an issue. When people rely on violence to communicate their needs, mental health is an issue. We're not doing well. We're not okay with ourselves. We're not okay with our neighbors. Again, look at the history. Second generation hip hop artists took the platform and pushed it. Wu-Tang, the West Coast, Dr. Dre, and the crews in that area began to talk about their negative experiences with the world, police, politics, education, right? This has always been a platform where people share their life story, right? So definitely it's been used, and it continues to be used to share the struggles that we go through.
I remember being young, listening to young, still at that time, young Wu-Tang. Raekwon said, the New York Times side, staying alive was no job, had second hand. Mom bounced a low man, so then I moved to Shaolin Land. A young youth, rocking the low goose, go to, only way I began to G off was
We drug loop.
You know what I'm saying? Just hearing somebody identify with literally the same struggles I was going through, the mindset that I didn't even know how to put in words to understand what I'm going through, because you know, you're a youth, you going through these situations that even adults struggle with. And you're like, man, am I the only one? Because you know, your friends don't talk about it at first, but then y'all all get together and y'all listen to that song, and you look each other in the eye and like, yeah, I know that feeling. So I feel like without hip hop, without that being able to give us a voice, to give us a rhythm, to give us the soundtrack to our lives, I don't know honestly where we would be.
Cause life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. Okay. Let's keep this energy going, I promise you. Shaku,
Same question?
you know what? Since you mentioned it, question 2. What can activists and community leaders learn from hip-hop storytelling to amplify the fight for justice and equality in mental health services?
I love that question. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's playing around Hewing. And you know, and here's the thing, you know, I really resonated with Eric B. and Rakim, because Eric B. was like, Eric B. for president. There was this confidence. Rakim had a confidence with a new way of doing what he did, right? Nobody else was doing emceeing the way he was emceeing at the time. And so the rhythm that he used, all of the way that he had the confidence, I wanted that so bad, I didn't have it. But from an activist perspective, KRS brought to light and information and did the consciousness raising within the community with his writing, with the lyrics, with the music, with the beats, in a way that got to me. And I feel like that the hip hop community really stepped forward on those issues as a result of it. Now today, we have hip hop artists showing up, you know, Majid's here with our Daniels Law Coalition protests. We had every protest started with a hip hop teach-in, right? So that meant the hip hop community was leading in our process for calling for change in the way police were responding to us in mental health crisis. And so there's a part and parcel there. It goes hand in hand. We need to learn from each other, and that opportunity to hear the voices through the lyrics, but also through the trauma, and to be able to bring light to that was part of what happened.